before you go hire a coach or spend a bunch of money in marketing fees, let me see if I can give you some free advice to double your business this year. Chances are you don't do both Medicare and real estate. And that's exactly what I've done for over 5 years now. And what I'm going to propose is that you join my team on whatever one you're not doing. A lot of realtors get in the real estate game and are always chasing their next deal, chasing their next big commission check. And they have this dream of residual income from recruiting other agents and building a huge downline. And it becomes this cesspool of everybody trying to recruit everybody. So if you're already a realtor, I'm not trying to recruit you to my brokerage. What I'm trying to do is convince you to get a Medicare license and join my Medicare team. And I can earn my fee from training you on that end. Well, if you're a Medicare agent, same thing applies. I'm not asking you to change any of your upline contracts. I'm simply asking you to get a real estate license. And so that's what I'm going to go over in this is how the referrals will compound because you now have two avenues to get referrals through healthcare and housing, and how you're actually going to provide a better service to your clients anyways because you have a more expert opinion on a broader range of topics. A lot of those same clients that need Medicare also need to sell homes, and a lot of those clients selling homes also need Medicare. By serving seniors in both arenas through healthcare and housing, you can grow a steady compounding residual base while making big checks on real estate deals, so you don't have to sweat slow months. Real estate's in cycles of feast or famine, and if you're in a slow market or a new agent trying to get clients, it can be really tough in between deals. And if you're a Medicare agent selling Medicare plans, the first few years can feel like pennies until you've built enough residuals that you start making enough to live on. So why chase one of those income streams when you could do both at the same time? Medicare agents earn ongoing renewals. The 2025 National Average Renewal Commission for Medicare Advantage is about $313 per person per year, which breaks out to about roughly $26 a month per client. With 200 clients, that's roughly $62,000 in reliable residual income. And let's say just 4 of those clients every year need to sell a home, and the average commission check is about $10,000 for that listing. That's an extra $40,000. In total, netting you about $100,000 in commission from just a book of about 200 clients. The average real estate listing is somewhere between 2 and 3%, depending on the margin that you decide to charge as a real estate agent and the marketing fees and add-ons you include. With that, you will have brokerage splits, sometimes referral fees, but with my method, you're going to have no marketing fees, so your only expenses will be whatever your brokerage splits are, and you might say that on average you're making about 1.5% net take-home pay for each of your deals. So let's talk about some of the referral partners that you're going to work with. Healthcare workers like doctors, dentists, social workers, case managers. Those are my top referral partners for my Medicare client base. And what you're going to do is find the problems that they run into and figure out how to cut red tape, how to get your clients access to healthcare. A short-term loss in your commission is way better for a long-term client. The next referral partner is going to be senior living managers. Every senior living community has a population of 50 to 300 people that are all on Medicare that you could go help. On top of that, there's people that walk into those communities that are considering moving in and probably have a home to sell in the process. So if you're the expert on both ends, not only can you help the senior living community make sure that they're getting their clients on preferred insurances and lining up their doctor networks and maximizing their benefits, but you're also positioning yourself to receive those listing referrals and more Medicare clients when they come into the building. The third one is financial advisors. They are huge referral partners for me. they're managing your client's finances, and oftentimes these people are aging into retirement and they have a financial plan, but the financial advisor is not selling homes and they're not looking at their health insurance, and they need an expert on those two areas to refer to. So by focusing on those three areas, as well as a few others that I will coach you on, you will build a book of senior homeowner clients that eventually need to list their home with you, or people that are going to refer you senior homeowner clients. If you're new to this, I definitely recommend starting with a Medicare license. It's a quicker process to get licensed, and it will help you build a base while you get your real estate license. So as soon as you're dual licensed, hopefully you already have some clients lined up for transactions to either list with you in the future or refer you buyers, but to get you off the ground running. So by starting as a Medicare advisor, you're going to be helping people as they age into Medicare and turn 65. Obviously, most realtors know that usually comes a lot of times with a listing question. A lot of those empty nesters are looking to downsize or move closer to family, but it's a big life change when somebody ages into Medicare or retires. On top of that, when you start them on Medicare, you get a lifelong client. As long as you take care of them, they should stay with you until they pass. And every year, whether you set them up on a supplement or an advantage plan or however you set it up, you will get a residual fee for taking care of that client. And as their Medicare agent, you're going to be following up with them at least yearly. You'll know when they need to move, when they have a health issue or a financial problem. And if you're the expert on the real estate as well, and you know about downsizing, you know about the senior communities, it's a very natural process for you to get that listing with no marketing fees whatsoever. One of my favorite parts about my job is mapping out the networks and the referral partners. And this is where my job goes from sales to strategy. I create diagrams and maps of my referral ecosystems, which hospitals are working with which senior communities and what insurances are in network with those, which assisted livings are having a lot of vacancies, which ones are well run, which ones accept Medicaid waivers and which ones are only private pay, which ones also own their own home health company and want to make sure everybody's lined up, which dentists are specializing in seniors and doing implants and working with what insurances. If you can become the expert on all these questions that these community partners are running into, and you can be the one to solve those problems for them, the amount of referrals you can generate by solving these issues is untapped. Same with the real estate side. A lot of Medicare agents become successful, they get comfortable, they're making a six-figure income because they've built a client base, and they're not really following up or doing much more service, and especially not even looking at the real estate side of things. But if you become the local expert on which senior livings are well run, which ones are affordable, which ones are poorly managed, and you can help seniors and their families make those informed decisions, not only can you benefit your clients, you're going to generate more referrals for your Medicare business anyways. On top of that, if you're the one looking at these financial red flags and sending referrals to the financial advisors and Medicaid planners, they're going to be the ones sending referrals back to you. Let's get to Medicaid. Medicaid is a big black box that very, very few people understand, and it's different in every state. There's a lot of bad actors that use Medicaid to scare seniors into making poor financial or healthcare decisions, but there are also experts out there who can really help people navigate the process and make sure that they're making a plan for their future with their assets, their income, their will, and their healthcare that meets all of their goals. And so whenever I sit down with a client, I always start with, what's our end goal? If you're looking at end of life and you want to age in place, or you want to find a nice senior community, what is the end goal? What do you want that to look like? And we work backwards from there. Or somebody new to Medicare looking to plan their retirement. That's essentially the strategy is, let's set some goals with our clients and figure out how to work backwards to make them achievable. So here's my pitch. If you're a Medicare agent and you already have a book of clients, take the course, get a real estate license, and be their trusted expert to sell their homes. you could easily double your income, if not more, while also making sure your clients are getting serviced by you, providing excellent service to them, and also generating more referrals for your Medicare business in the process. And if you're a realtor, whether you're successful or struggling, by getting a Medicare license, you're going to add a residual basis to your income every month. So regardless of slow months or in between deals, you will have income coming in. At the same time, you're going to stack a list of future clients who trust you with their healthcare and, of course, would trust you with selling their home. And again, the referrals will compound on both ends, because the same people referring you Medicare oftentimes have a real estate need, and sometimes the real estate referrals also have a Medicare need. So I'm actively looking for professionals that are either Medicare licensed, real estate licensed in both, or looking to get a license in any of those categories, that want to learn the processes I've built, want to map out their own communities, become the expert there. I'm offering my playbook basically for free, and figuring out the best way to collaborate to make this a scalable business that helps seniors first.